Welcome back. So in this video we'll be looking at children in the spirit world. So if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and like so you don't miss anything in the upcoming videos. It's all about your questions, me answering and dispelling the myths upon this channel. After a recent demonstration that I went to watch, I watched a very well-known medium deliver a child from the spirit world, giving it back to mum as a grown man. And I have a few issues with this philosophy. Now it makes sense if you've had a child and it's taken an earthly breath. There's going to be evidence that we can prove the existence of that child, because to a mother or a father that has held their child in that moment, whether it be for simply just a few breaths or whether a few minutes up to a couple of hours, they will not forget that moment. That will be something that is etched upon their soul, and they will remember every little detail that went on in those few minutes. So as a medium, I can provide that evidence back that the child is here and the child wants to say hi mum, hi dad, and that it loves mum and dad, and then from that then give the evidence of that child with what happened in those few minutes. What we can't do is make a child grow in the spirit world. What happens is this is a physical body, and the physical body is the thing that ages, it's the thing that grows, it's the thing that that we remember as said person. That body is no longer in the spirit world. The spirit has left the physical and gone back to the spiritual. So it is a spiritual being, it's energy, it's consciousness. So we can't then turn around and say to a miscarried child or a mother of a miscarried child and say, here's your child, and he appears to me to be 6 foot tall, dark hair, blue eyes, and he's talking like this and saying that. We can't do that. There's no evidence of that. What we can do is we can say that I'm aware that you lost a child, and then through that we can then get another communicator and go on through that process. We can't evidentially prove that child in any way, simply because it never had a breath, or there's no evidence that it walked a physical life, because it didn't walk a physical life. It was miscarried. Therefore the child won't grow in the sense that we understand as human beings, like a 1-year-old child to a 21-year-old child. There's a massive difference there in the physical being. Therefore I can't be giving that as statements to a mother or a father in the audience. This is going to cause conflict, which it did for me, cause conflict, because there is no evidential proof that that child has grown in the physical body, because the physical body will be here, whether it be cremated, buried, whatever goes on in that scenario. However, what the communicator is trying to say by showing itself as a 21-year-old in this example is that my mum's sitting in the audience and she miscarried me 21 years ago. That's it. That's the only statement we need to give through that physical body, grow into a 21-year-old. We can't do it otherwise. And the way that I look at that is very down to earth, very grounded. I lost my sister when she was 18 years old. She will never come through a different age other than 18 years old, because that's the age she passed at. That's the age of her physical body. That's the description that I understand, because that was the last time I saw her, was at 18 years old. My sister now would be 38 years old, or approaching 38 years old. I wouldn't recognise someone that brought a 38-year-old woman through and then start to give a description of that woman, because it's just not right for me. I lost her at 18, and at 18 she will always come through. This is exactly the same as a child, especially a miscarried child. There's no evidence that we can support that with a description, an age. There's nothing. There's no earthly experience whatsoever. Therefore it can't be given as a evidential mediumship reading from a platform or in a one-to-one. Now there's going to be many of you that say, but I've had a child, I've had a miscarried child come through to me and say, hi mum, I'm hearing it, and it was amazing. It felt so good. I felt relief. I felt so on and so forth. There's going to be a range of emotions there. The point that I'm making is that we can say that there is a miscarried child. We can say that you lost a child at 10 weeks, 12 weeks, 14 weeks, whatever it is, and that the child is in the spirit world. However, we can't then go on to give evidence of that child. The way that we do that is we go and get mum from the spirit world, or dad from the spirit world, or your loved one from the spirit world, to then talk about that child if that is going to hold value. For me, it doesn't hold value. For me, the communication needs to be of evidence of an eternal life. And simply by saying, I'm aware that you lost a child in the spirit world, your dad brings that child forward. There's no other evidence that can be given for that. So if you're out there and your platform demonstrating, try to remember everything's got to be of an evidential value. We need to give it that value. We need to step away from the mediocre, step away from this airy-fairy label that spiritualists are getting, because we can't prove anything. This is where channeling will come into effect, you know, like people channeling from another life form, from another planet, and all that kind of stuff. No evidence to support that, so you will be put in the basket of you're an absolute nutter. And so we need to stay away from that basket, and if we just stick to the ethical code that we use, and we constantly provide evidence, then eventually someone's going to have to look at it and see and question, where's that coming from? How is that happening? That, or everything that was said there is absolutely correct. He must be in communication. She must be in communication. So think about it before you do it, because it does split an audience immediately. If you like the video, obviously like it. Comment, get involved in this video. I know it's going to cause a little bit of problems, but you know, that's what the channel's about. It's about coming to a level where we agree on something, but if we always look at it from the evidential point of view, I think the line has been drawn there. So get involved in the comments. Share the video if you feel brave enough to share that video, and I'll see you all in the next video, which is probably towards the end of the week. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.